Hello. I'm tired of your fucking lies, Brenda. We're going to take a look at some bullshit. See, we heard that there were beheadings, there was rapes, there was talk of a woman having her pregnant belly opened up, the baby pulled out, and then her shot in the head. And nobody's said any of this has happened. Nobody's confirmed any of this. I just want some confirmation. So what I want to do is show you some of this, because this is very interesting. Because this is where we are. Are you ready? This is where we are.
Need to be true in order for this attack to rise to the level of...
What is the advantage? Because I have a theory of making up something like this.
What is your theory?
Well,
I mean, I don't know who... I don't know who initiated the rumor. We heard something about injured children being moved from one location to another. I think that might be the genesis of it. If that is true, I don't know, but go ahead.
And to be clear, this lie has been parroted everywhere. I referenced in a different segment that there was a debate between Cornel West and Alan Dershowitz on Fox last night. One of the things that Dershowitz used to try to win the argument against Cornel West, who was arguing for the shared horror, the indiscriminate horror of dead children, whether they be Palestinian lives or precious Israeli lives. Dershowitz says, well, what about the 40 beheaded babies? And that, I think, is a clue to what that particular kind of a rumor does. If you have a tragic mass of death on both sides, including multitudes more Palestinians who have been killed over the last 10, 15 years than Israelis who have been killed. And children, Palestinian children, a much bigger, horrible, tragic, disgusting pile of Palestinian bodies, then you have to find a way to distinguish why those kind of raw numbers and why all of the children and the tragedy shouldn't be treated equally. And we see words like barbaric, barbarism.
Because it was barbaric.
Flung around. But the barbarism, the inhumanity of bombing children in Palestine is not described in those same words. What you need to do is find language that makes it feel like there's something different to the character of it when an Israeli child is killed versus when a Palestinian child is killed. When a Palestinian child is killed, and we heard this from Dershowitz and many other defenders of the indiscriminate killing of Palestinian children, well, it must be the case that Hamas was using them as a human shield. It must be the case that a Hamas missile was located close to those children and it could not be helped. And on the other side, we're being told that Palestinians are keeping Israeli children in cages and decapitating them by the dozens. Neither which rumor turned out to be true. And yet in the middle of a tragedy that needed no embellishment to make the case for why Hamas's acts are horrible and tragic, there is still this embellishment, and I believe it is rooted in a desire to strip humanity from the people of Palestine and justify doing what Max Miller and a number of other officials in the Israeli government have said,
Max
which is
Miller
to flatten...
is an obscure Republican official. It does not matter what he says.
So every leftist, wait a minute, Robbie, every leftist in America was asked to apologize for some random protest.
They should apologize. They should apologize for their endorsement of terrorist attacks on innocent Israeli civilians, just as I am outraged by the retaliatory actions that are killing innocent Palestinian children everywhere. I care about both of these things and have said I care about both of these things over and over again. It is you and the idiotic leftist terrorist sympathizing people who do not care about the dead Israelis. They don't.
So I'm a terrorist.
And they've said it over and over again. Black Lives Matter has said it. The Harvard students have said it. The DSA in various locations have said it. The left endorses what Hamas did. They do. They endorse it.
The Harvard newspaper said exactly what the editorial page of Israel's major newspapers.
I don't give up, Brianna.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's clear. That's your
God damn it, Robbie! What could you do?
opinion, but the Israeli voices in Israel who are getting killed because their fascist right-wing government decides to keep 2.3
The Israelis are getting killed because a terrorist group targeted them. And they bear responsibility for what they did.
Well, Robbie, if you think you know more than Israelis in Israel, then you can feel free to have your position. But the position of Israelis who are the ones that are being victimized by this terrorism is that the fact of stripping the right...
Now, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Let me get my proper persona. I need a businessman. Where's my businessman?
All right, this is my businessman. This is my business face. Listen, sons of bitches said that they wanted to kill him, that they should bring the sea to the river. That's talking about killing him. They want to kill him. So if you want to look less like monsters. Now I don't know if they killed the babies. Okay, I don't know. Could they have lied and said the babies and made that shit up? Yeah, they could. That's the thing. We have to be objective to realize that, yeah, they could have done that, because why wouldn't they just clarify it? You know, did they kill any civilians? Well, yeah, they killed civilians. So, I mean, if the Israelis have to fight back people that are hiding people under their house with rockets, that are shooting the rockets and keeping you there, they're using you as a human shield. I don't even think the baby thing matters anymore. The baby thing doesn't matter if you broke through the walls and you came in and you killed civilians. You killed civilians. Babies are civilians. Civilians aren't babies, but they're civilians. They're not, and they want to kill them. They've said that. They've said that. Whether they got caught doing it this time or not, I don't know. But I believed it, and it was one of the things that disgusted me. But I could be wrong, because nobody's verified it yet. And I've heard a lot of crazy stories, which I'm prepared to believe. But I'm not gonna say that they've done that. I'm not gonna say they've done that if they haven't, verified it. If they haven't verified it, it's not right to say that they've done it. But they've killed civilians, which that earns you a right to get your ass blown the fuck up. If you're hiding where there's children, that's not the same as going in and killing children. You understand? That's not the same as going in and just killing children. If you got people that are hiding amongst you to shoot rockets and you've got kids, you've played a role in killing your kids. You've played a role. But if you're just shopping and you're doing stuff in your own home on the border town and the people break in and they kill you, whether they kill you or they kill your kids, it doesn't matter. They've broken the rules of decency in war. There's certain things you're not supposed to do in war, and that's one of them. You're not supposed to do that. So that's just the honest look. You want to have the honest look? That's the honest look. Let's have that honest look. You understand? Hope you agree. If not, fuck you. Go to hell and die.
Hey, what's so civil about war anyway? Remember that shit from the end of the Guns N' Roses album? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.